Hello and welcome back to An Old Man Watches, where today I'm going to be talking about the martial arts comedy Project A, made in Hong Kong in 1983 and starring and directed by Jackie Chan. And Chan plays Sergeant Dragon Ma, a member of the Hong Kong Marine Police during the age of piracy. That's Asian piracy as opposed to Caribbean piracy. The movie is deliberately non-specific about the exact year in which these events are taking place. And the Marine Police are not doing so well in controlling the pirates, perhaps in part because they are distracted by their fierce rivalry with the Hong Kong Police Department, who think the naval organisation is a waste of money. This rivalry actually dominates the first half of the film, giving plenty of opportunities for each side to try to one-up the other. Now, when two of their ships get blown up, the Marine Police are disbanded and the organisation's members absorbed into the Hong Kong Police Department. Sergeant Dragon Ma quickly finds himself disgusted by the obvious corruption and inefficiency within his new employer. He quits the force and begins an independent investigation into pirate activities. This soon brings him into contact with Zhu Yifei, a genial local shyster who is a useful source of information, but whose extra-legal schemes to get rich frequently complicate matters. The two men will need to get on the same page quickly, however, as their respective efforts to get justice and to get rich, respectively, both bring them into direct conflict with corrupt local businessman Chow, who is not only working with the pirates but also has a veritable army of goons at his disposal. Much mayhem will ensue before the climactic battle with the pirates can finally unfold. So Project A was a commercial success in its native Hong Kong and also pulled big box office numbers across Eastern Asia. In 1984, it was the sixth highest grossing film in Japan, where its films included the Emperor fans included the Emperor himself, and it ranked in the top 5 in Taiwan and claimed the number 1 spot for the year in South Korea. It was also a critical success. It won the Best Action Choreography Award at the Hong Kong Film Awards, and Chan was nominated for Best Actor. In what would become something of a tradition, he didn't win. This was, in fact, Jackie Chan's first of no less than 10 nominations for the award, none of which have ever been successful. But will you enjoy it? Well, a lot will depend on how well you like Jackie Chan's particular blend of Buster Keaton-style physical comedy and high-octane martial arts. So, and the reason for that is that Project A is an out-and-out action comedy of the sort that would lead to Jackie Chan becoming a huge star, first in Hong Kong and ultimately throughout the world. If you've ever seen a Jackie Chan film that came out in the quarter century or so that started in about 1980, then what you get here is more or less what you would have got in that film. Imaginative and highly choreographed fight scenes with a broad slapstick sense of humour and frequent use of everyday items such as chairs, tables and whatever else may be found in the area as props and weapons. These comedic kung fu action sequences were very much the selling point of Chan's films for much of the 80s, 90s and early 2000s, with the plot mostly existing as an excuse for everyone to get up to wacky martial arts hijinks. And I'm pleased to say that Project A delivers pretty well on its core attraction. There's a particularly fun bicycle chase/fight near the middle of the film that I think is the standout set piece, but the action rarely slacks for long and it is almost always infused with a healthy measure of physical comedy. What makes Project A notable in its depiction of these sort of Jackie Chan things is that it introduced the dangerous stunt-driven style of martial arts for which he would ultimately become known. For example, one stunt in this film involved Chan hanging and falling from the hand of a clock tower some 18 metres high, tearing through warning canopies before hitting the ground. Now that's a 60-foot drop for you American listeners who are still stuck with 17th century measurement systems. Chan has performed most of his own stunts throughout his film career, and even sometimes the stunts for other characters. These stunts are choreographed by the Jackie Chan stunt team, which was first officially organised for this movie. Their stunt work is so extreme that all the members, including Jackie Chan himself, were eventually blacklisted by all insurance companies in Hong Kong due to the increasing danger of their work. Because make no mistake, even by the standards of the stunt industry, which is, a dangerous industry to be in, this is very dangerous work. Over the years, Jackie Chan has dislocated his pelvis and broken bones in numerous other parts of his body, including his fingers, toes, nose, cheeks, hips, sternum, neck, ankle, and ribs. He came closest to death in 1986 when he fractured his skull, driving a piece of bone into his brain and permanently affecting his hearing. I mention this because I think it might well impact some people's enjoyment of the films. Some people may get an extra thrill from knowing just how extreme and dangerous the stunts really are, but others may find it undercuts their enjoyment. Is this kind of risk really suitable for light entertainment? Could and should more have been done to protect the safety of Jackie Chan and those working with him? You may not want to think about those ethical situations and may not care about them, but for some people it could be a factor and it's worth thinking about. Now, finally, comedy and humour don't always translate well across cultures, even those that share a language. It's my experience that you don't have to go far to find somebody sniffing at those American shows or shouting the virtues of superior British humour, or, for that matter, the opposite. The truth is, of course, that both cultures make funny programs and unfunny ones, though even in their respective home countries, not everyone will agree as to which are which. And of course, when you're moving across languages and literal translation comes into the picture, things can be even more difficult. Jokes based on puns of wordplay, for instance, are often language dependent. Fortunately, there are some forms of humour that do seem to work well across the world, and the often slapstick stylings of a Jackie Chan film, perhaps because they so closely resemble the kind of thing we saw in the silent era, when language was obviously not a factor, are on that list of things that translate well. Chan has a real gift for physical comedy and a hugely expressive face, and he puts both to good use here. Project A is a fun romp, and it's not hard to see why it was a success that helped launch a new stage of its star's career. Next time, from light entertainment to a journey into the darkness, is the vampire horror action film 30 Days of Night. But that's next time. Until then, thanks for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you've seen today's movie, let me know what you thought of it.